sit back in your seats, get something to eat, and watch this movie. Don't let the kitties see it, because, well, we'll let you hear the beginning first. Thank you.
Hi, this is Closet Chats. My name is Sunny, one half of your hosts. I am 23 years old. I am in college, almost done with my senior year. Good Lord, am I feeling it? I have a lot of white hair. Oof.
Yeah, I can see that.
I am an English major. What is your name, fellow host?
Alright, well, I'm Rainy. I am pretty much the workaholic that needs a nap, but I can't because I'm a workaholic.
That she is.
Yeah. And I am not in college, but
You used to be. Once upon a time you were.
I was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I graduated just before the pandemic.
Hooray!
Yay!
You got out right at the right time.
I did. Oh.
So tell me, Rainy, my host,
Mm-hmm.
what is this podcast?
Oh, Closet Chat?
Yeah, what is Closet Chat?
I'm sorry, you sound so robotic.
Hey, have you ever heard about the have you ever heard about the podcast Closet Chat? Yeah, that new crazy podcast. Have you heard of it?
I have. It's just basically two people just talking about whatever pops in their head for the week. Yeah.
And where do we happen to be?
In like a closet-ish.
God, we're lying. Oh God, we're liars. Oh God.
Yeah. Okay, well, officially we're not in a closet.
Oh, but emotionally?
Emotionally, yeah.
We are in the closet.
Yeah, we're in the closet, yeah. But physically we're not, because no closet is big enough for a 6-foot Hispanic lady.
And no closet is big enough for my fruity attitude. I'm an entire fruit stand, baby. I can't fit in the closet.
That you are. Alright. And
well, so we decided for our first episode of this podcast, yay! We're gonna talk about dreams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun, dreams. You know what you're thinking of when you're not doing anything in the night. You know.
So I guess my question is, what do you think dreams are? Like, do you think there is any like special like symbolism or like connection to like real life, perhaps like how some people think dreams are could be interpreted, or they think there can be even like prophecies,
Hmm.
like predictions,
Well,
like a fortune cookie.
right.
That works for me. My dreams are like fortune cookies because they're vague and strange and sometimes cheesy.
That they are. That those are dreams. But for me, it's very weirdly. I interpret dreams as a way for your brain to just release whatever happened through a certain amount of time. Like it doesn't have to be like every single day, but like, like once a month you'll have this vivid dream that you remember so clearly. And like
Yeah.
it's just your brain dumping out all that's been happening so far just to just get it out. Because I know for a fact the dreams I've had, God, I probably might need a therapist.
You should see one. I've been telling you about it.
I know. But yeah. But that's how I interpret dreams. Just a way for your brain to just detox itself during the night.
Okay. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of have a pretty similar belief. I think dreams, what you see in dreams typically reflects what is happening in your life. Um, but it's kind of different for everybody. I tend to have nonsensical dreams, but I do have certain elements that are reoccurring that could represent my like state of mind. And let's see.
Yeah, I can relate to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially these weird dreams that I would get. It isn't like specific, it's just everything's coming all at once. And for me, it's like sticker layered on top of each other. And the more it keeps going, the messier it gets.
Yeah, and looking at research, which I have totally prepared.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
not just looking at my phone at Google,
Yes.
or Wikipedia.
Yes, this is a script, such a scripted podcast we are doing.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I mean, according to science, because that is totally,
Well, who did the science?
don't ask questions. We live in America.
But I want to know who did the science.
A scientist, duh. Anyways, yeah, they answered the question. Like, do dreams have meanings?
I mean,
No.
depends on who you're asking, though.
No. According to science, it's no.
Okay, according to science, it may be no, but according to spiritual, probably.
Well, according to science, dreams are apparently like very, random in their patterns. So let's see.
So it's just basically what I had said earlier, where it's just your mind detoxing itself.
Yeah, so let's see.
I don't need a biology degree to know that.
I mean, some scientists say that, it is very like random. It's, there's not really any meaning, but then again, there's like other psychologists, one of them being an example, Freud.
We love that.
I love him. I love
Yeah.
him just as much as I love my mom.
Oh, I don't know if we should get into that topic.
Let's see. So, Freud theory. Let's see. Yeah, so, Freud and Carl Jung, I think the second one, he's like a German psychologist that was very famous, but Freud's theory centered around the notion of repressed longing. The idea that dreaming allows us to sort through unresolved, repressed wishes. And Carl Jung, who also apparently studied under Freud, which I did not know about, also believed that dreams had psychological importance, but proposed different theories about their meanings. Let's see. So, there's a theory of dreaming is the activation synthesis. Hypothesis.
Hypothesis?
Oh, good lord. Which states that dreams don't actually mean anything. They are merely electrical brain impulses that pull random thoughts and imagery from our memories. Humans, the theory goes, construct dream stories after they wake up in a natural attempt to make sense of it all. So basically, there's a whole idea that what we dream is like repressed wishes or stuff we are avoiding. So, what are you avoiding?
Well, if my dreams are any indication, possibly murder. Because I've had weird dreams to the point where, again, I might need a therapist
Yeah.
because I've explained some of these dreams and people have given me the weirdest looks, as in, what the hell why did you dream that? So I'm just
Honestly,
like,
that's quite the mood.
yeah, so I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Hmm. So, let's see. Do you want to go first for sharing your dreams with us?
Sure.
Mhm.
I'm deciding. We made a list of our dreams that we vividly remember, but I know Sunny has a lot more dreams that you remembered, right?
Yeah, for the longest time I've been wanting to keep like a dream journal, but honestly, the hassle of having to like write right after waking up is so
Yeah,
I can never.
yeah.
But apparently something that can kind of help with remembering dreams, and not also that, but also try to like get a sense of awareness in the dreaming stage is to actually think about dreams, like
Hmm.
your past dreams, right before you're falling asleep. I've noticed that kind of helps me remember.
Yeah. Well, I kind of there's only one dream where I really want to remember, but um every other dream I'm just like I don't want that dream because that dream freaked me out.
So it seems like you have a lot of unresolved issues,
Yeah.
perhaps stress.
Oh, I wonder why. I
Hmm.
wonder why I have so much stress. Yeah, I'm just. Ugh.
Let's get into it,
All
huh?
right. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and start with the very first dream I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Which, disclaimer, I had this dream when I was like, um, very young, like kind of like pre-K, kindergarten age. Um, but I wasn't in the dream itself. It was more of I was watching it, like it was a show, and basically, basically, it's five anime girls being chased by a thing that if it touches them, they die. And I don't know exactly why I dreamt this, but let me go more in depth about it. So basically, it was like as if I was watching an episode of a show. And as I'm watching it, there are five anime girls who are running.
Did you describe like who these girls are already?
No, I did not, but you want me to?
Yes.
Because I think you might realize who they are.
Oh yeah.
So one of them, she has blonde hair
Mm-hmm.
and pigtails, with the base of their pigtails being in meatball shapes. I think already a few people know who this one is. And then there's a girl with long black hair, a girl with brown hair in a ponytail, another blonde girl, but this time all straight down, and then another girl, and the last girl is like she had blue hair in a bob cut.
Okay, so answer me this.
Mhm.
So as a kid, did you watch a lot of Sailor Moon?
No, I did not. I actually did not watch any Sailor Moon prior to this dream. So
Seriously?
seriously, I don't even know how I recognized their designs. It wasn't until years later.
Maybe you saw like a glimpse or
That's
something?
that's probably what I'm assuming, because otherwise it makes no sense that I recognize these girls prior
Yeah.
to me watching
Because
looking into it.
whenever we're dreaming, basically everything that we do see in our dreams.
It's something that we've seen while we're awake.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know how this happened.
That is so weird.
Yeah, but you know what the weird thing is?
Hmm.
You know who was chasing them? It was Elmo's head. Not Elmo entirely. No, not Elmo entirely, but Elmo's head was just chasing them. And I think at some point he touched Sailor Moon's leg, and she did this weird, like I don't know, it was like early 2000s. She did this anime kind, a video game kind of thing where if you get touched, you fall, you go into you circle in a void, kind of like do like a circle to the void, a swirl to the void,
Mm,
and then it says game over.
that's creepy.
I know that's creepy, and I don't know what triggered it. But I'll tell you this: I had an Elmo mug for like the first few years of my life, and I didn't touch that mug for a little while
Did you
after
ever
that
have
dream.
that Elmo chair?
I didn't have an Elmo chair. I had a Big Bird chair.
Oh,
But yeah,
I had an Elmo chair.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know what caused that dream to happen. But yeah, that's the very first dream I ever had, which looking at it probably scarred me.
Yeah, sounds like it. I mean, this was like kindergarten years.
Like this is before yeah, this is like pre-K kindergarten, like when I can barely, understand what the hell's going on. But yeah, it was so fun.
That is so interesting.
Yeah,
So, do you remember so was this like in third person
it was like
perspective?
a third person perspective. Like I was watching the entire thing. I wasn't part of it.
Okay, that is very interesting.
Yeah. So it was very weird. I don't know. To this day, I'm still trying to question how this dream happened and how I was able to recognize these characters prior to learning about Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what's interesting?
What?
Um, different perspectives that you have in your dreams. Apparently, there are symbolism in that.
Oh.
So, let's see. Wait, but that's behind. What is behind you represents the past and circumstances that have passed, while it can also mean turning your back on what is important in a way that it stalks or shadows you. What is in front of you is the direction that you're going. Well, this is more of like where you're literally going. I'm wondering about the
Yeah, because
perspective.
I'm pretty sure like little baby me would not understand what's going on. Would have anything to worry about in the past.
Hmm.
Not yet, not until like middle school. The good times.
Yeah, so according to this site, dreamsresearchcouncil.com, totally reliable.
Oh yes, very reliable.
What are third person POV dreams? Dreams tend to manifest most commonly from two different points of view, first person being the most common, and third being the second most common. So, dreaming in the third person is basically just watching or seeing yourself in the dream instead of experiencing the dream firsthand. But that's not quite. Even when I am a character in my own dream, I'm usually watching myself do things from a distance, like in a video game. So, do you feel like you were a character, or was that purely like you were almost like God watching down,
Hmm.
witnessing this story taking place?
Oh, that's kind of hard because at one hand, I think I remember that I felt it, but then on the other hand, it was like I was not even
Oh,
there. So it's kind of
did
like
it feel like okay? Did it feel like a movie was playing in your head?
yes,
So
yes.
apparently that's called a cinematic dream.
Oh, yay! I had a horror cinematic dream with my one of them being my childhood. That
Hmm.
explains why I didn't touch the mug for a good couple weeks.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a dream where I guess to bring some context. So when I was little, around like middle school, I made myself a little sign made out of tissue paper saying Stephanie's room on my
Oh.
door. And the sign, the tissue paper, it's very crumbly, right? And it was like purple, pink, and red, right? So these like three colors. And so that was on the inside of the door facing my room. I don't know why.
Hmm.
Considering it makes sense if it was on the outside of the door for people to see.
Yeah.
Anyways, I didn't really have much of a didn't really have a lot of brain cells as a kid.
I mean, to be fair, did any of us had brain cells as a kid?
Well, now that I work with kids, I can tell you for sure that all kids are stupid.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere else.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Kids are just straight up stupid.
Yeah.
At least all kids are mostly stupid. They can be smart, but their brain is
But only when they want to be. They only want to be smart when they want to be.
yeah, and even then it's like but so in this dream, I don't know if I've told you about it. I think I have. But basically, it was my dad and I were walking through the forest, like in the woods, and we were looking for my mother. And as we're walking, we find like these letters, these notes. And eventually, with these notes, we start seeing meat.
Meat. Oh. I almost feel like I know where this is going, but I don't wanna.
I won't go too much into detail, but let's say there was an axe murderer in the forest.
Oh no.
And after I woke up, so I'm as blind as a bat. Ever since elementary school, I've been needing to wear glasses.
Glasses buddies.
Glasses buddies.
Woo.
Fist pump. So when I woke up, the first thing I see is the sign on the door.
Oh my god.
And since I can't see, it's just a mess of pink and red. And I start screaming, Dad! Dad! And he comes like running to my room. He's like, what? And I'm like, what is that? And he's like, what? That's the sign you made. I'm just like, oh.
Okay, well, to be fair, you just woken up from a nightmare that involved meat.
That involved my mother's body being cut into pieces throughout the
Yes.
forest.
Yeah, so I would assume that you probably were thinking, oh, that's blood, not paper.
Either I thought that was like the killer, or I thought it was like the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, what does that say?
About
Because that it might be that you were afraid of the unknown.
I was afraid of the unknown, but when I think about it, I also had a little bit of a turbulent relationship with my mother back then in middle school. We fought a lot, and maybe I have no idea.
Ew. Oh yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so looking it up onto Psychology, which sounds totally reliable.
Yep.
According to one theory, to search for someone means that there is something missing in your real life, and you are trying to find that thing. The thing that is missing in your life could be love, peace, wealth, happiness, spiritual enlightenment, a way out of a problem, which is usually my issue, etc. In short, your search can be related to something physical, cerebral, emotional, or even spiritual. Another dream interpretation theory says that if you dream that you are searching for someone whom you know, it could mean that you are afraid that your relationship with that particular person is going to fizzle out. The dream could mean that you are again trying to, or want to, rebuild the intimacy and connection that you once shared with that person. Or perhaps you wish to imbibe or cultivate traits and qualities of the person in your dreams and yourself.
I wonder, was there anything you were missing at the time?
It's funny to see how a lot of people in my life have mommy. So yeah, I guess that's one obvious thing.
Although I'm kind of curious, why did it lead up to the axe murderer?
I don't know, because basically the axe murderer killed my mom. Let's see, is there any symbolism in a axe murderer?
Oh no.
Being attacked by an axe murderer in your dream.
Yes.
It could just simply be a manifestation of anxiety.
So mommy issues and anxiety.
Sounds about right. So, let's see. How an axe appears in your dreams depend on your own associations with the image of an axe, whether that involves memories of chopping wood, horror oh my god, horror flicks of axes being used to cause terror or freeing someone who is trapped.
Hmm.
Axes in dreams can be a warning that you're not looking past your emotions enough to see things clearly. There is something important which you are in danger of overlooking. Maybe someone is manipulating you, or you're not seeing the truth behind an emotionally charged situation. Dreaming of using an axe violently or seeing one used to hurt someone, this implies that you're holding on to a lot of anger, frustration, or jealousy.
Oh. Well, should that be concerning, dear Sunny? Should it? Oh.
I love how on the site there's like so many like different dreaming of an axe covered in blood, seeing an axe leaning against a tree, um, watching someone sharpen a hatchet in your dream, stealing an axe in your dream, being
Yeah.
attacked by an axe murderer in your dream.
Yeah, I feel like those are things that you should be concerned about. Oh.
So, do you ever have any like reoccurring like scenes or locations or like just maybe perhaps like symbols that you see a lot in your dreams?
I honestly don't. The only thing that would be considered um reoccurring would be anything that I know in real anyone or anything I know in real life, but they only make like one brief appearance and then the next dream they're not there again.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, you were telling me that you typically don't dream about people in your life. It's
I
like almost like a collection of made up people,
Yeah.
like a mix of people, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Cause like honestly, like cause like everyone that I know in real life, they never appear in my dreams. But when they do, it's like either the craziest dream that made no sense. You should
Mhm.
know one of them I told you last time.
Yes.
Or it's something that's very, very painful.
Hmm.
So it was like kind of like
It's kind of like 0 to 100.
0 to 100. It's like there's no in between.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which yeah, it actually leads into my next dream.
Hey,
Yay!
transition.
Woo! Yeah, but it's gonna get sad real fast.
Oh no.
So context, quick context. In seventh grade, my dad had passed away, and um, and you know he and I were pretty close, and it even to this day it kind of hurts sometimes.
Of course.
Yeah, and this dream happened about a couple years after he passed away, when my mom was getting sick on herself too. Like, we didn't know what was going on, and I was getting worried because I was, at the time, I was the only relative close by because my brother was in another country.
Mm-hmm.
And she was getting sicker by the day, and I was getting really freaked out because at the time I was still a minor, like I was in
Yeah.
high school, and I don't do this. Which let me just let everyone know I'm not religious, but this was the one time where I prayed, and I prayed for her to be okay. I went to bed. Next thing I know, I'm standing outside my house, um, with my late father standing in the doorway, and he's telling me to come to him. Like, I don't think he's like doing it maliciously, but he's like saying to like hurry up, come inside, like as in you need to get in here now.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lawn is filled with alligators.
So I would think that the alligators is obviously there to like, maybe it's anxieties or
Yeah,
obstacles. Mm-hmm.
yeah. That's what I'm assuming too.
Mhm.
And then there are parts of the lawn that is safe for me to step on.
Mhm.
So I try to step on it, but every step I take, the house
Mm.
gets further and further away.
Uncertainty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just keep going, and then I just keep hearing my dad saying, "Come on, come on," and then I wake up with tears in my eyes.
Mm. Did you ever like try to like parse out like what that dream was about?
I did confide with my mother about it,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that it's most likely your dad watching over or checking, letting you know that everything's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm just like, yay! I'm sorry, I'm trying not to cry.
Hmm. Yeah, it can be really tough to dream about people, especially from the past.
Yeah.
Um, my mother said it's so according to some sort of like religion or tradition, she believes that I think it's there are 10 days in which the spirit of the person who passed will linger on Earth.
Hmm.
And I remember her years later, she told me she had a dream that she was in a room, like a waiting room, and that there was a phone, like an old fashioned phone with a cord that was ringing. And she went to pick it up, and she immediately knew it was her mother to her from the other end.
Yeah.
And her mother, my grandma, was speaking like without any inflection, monotone. And she was telling her that she's going to be okay, and that her, she, my mom, needs to like, she's going to be okay too. But what I found really interesting is that, my mom was asking, like, where are you, right? And my grandma just kept saying, I'm with her. I'm going to be fine. And I think my mom said that she thought it was like maybe she was with like God or something. Apparently, God is a woman, which, yay, feminism.
Yay.
But I feel like in a lot of cases you can get a sense of anxiety, but I don't know, it can be comforting sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Because these dreams can feel like maybe like closure or
Yeah.
something. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem. It's just now I'm just like, why don't you visit me more?
I feel that I
Yeah.
used to feel the same with my grandma. So I guess for context, my grandma passed away.
Oh.
If it isn't obvious. Um, but I used to be kind of envious of my mom because she'd talk about like seeing her and contacting her and talking to her. And meanwhile, it's like I've only ever seen my grandma like a few times in my dreams, and she never like interacted with me or spoke. Like the first time I remember seeing her in a dream, I was in Ukraine in this area near the apartments, near the apartment she used to live at. And it was like in between these two apartments. Um, and I was walking and I see her standing on top of a tree stump.
Hmm.
Which honestly, I feel like there's a whole wealth of like symbolism there, but
Yeah.
I have no idea what that would mean. And suddenly, a bunch of people, like a crowd of people, started to form around us until the crowd of people became waves of water. And I think I was trying to get my grandmother's attention, but she was just kind of looking at me. And I think she started walking away, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like I do wonder, do people ever actually like visit us?
Mm. Probably.
Probably didn't mean to
Yeah, we didn't meant to make this dark.
didn't mean to get so like this sobering.
Yeah, sorry, we made the floor of the closet wet.
Wet with our tears.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, on a lighter note, I don't know, is there like anything else in your dreams that you've like noticed?
I've noticed that prior to those two, after those two, my dreams start to become more of like kind of slightly either someone is insulting me or something terrifying is happening to me.
You have a lot of stressful dreams,
I
but
know.
to be fair, so do I.
I know, like
My question is, do you feel like in the dream, is it more of like the situation is stressful or do you actually feel stress? Like, because like in my dreams, I will have terrifying situations, but I don't feel scared.
mm,
Like, what is it like for you?
I think it's a mixture of both. Like, cause like one dream I've had, it was of like something that was going on when I was sleeping, which translated to something that was happening in my dream. And it was starting to freak me out. And the other dream is just, I think it's just built up stress that my brain decides to just release it all at once
Yeah.
and just make it very much more stressful.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like kind of like a mixture of both.
It's like a double dose of
Yeah.
stress. Like, here you go. Oh, thanks. I don't want it. Can you take it back? No.
No.
This is yours now.
Yeah. I mean, the one I can even tell you about that dream that where something was happening to me while I was sleeping and then it just translated into my brain.
Wait, I want to hear this.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, I don't think you've said this before.
Okay, I don't know exactly when. I think this was like either when I was either late high school or early college. But at one point in the dream, I was in a Walmart. Let me explain even more. I was in a Walmart with, I think it was in my college years because it was with my two college roommates.
Okay.
For the sake of the story, I'm just going to call them by their nicknames, Nagi and Dottie. Those two, the three of us, we were just shopping around Walmart in like the home section.
Uh-huh.
And we're just walking around, and then I just look down at my arm. I notice there's a slight little pimple. It's a little tiny pimple.
Oh, God.
No.
I don't like where this is going.
No, I know. Also, trigger warning, this is going to have a little bit of body horror. Just a little bit.
No kidding.
All right. And it's just a little pimple, so I'm like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. It's like it's going to be a little sack, and then it's done. So I tried popping it. The moment I touch it, I feel like straight to the bone. I'm in pain.
Oh.
And I'm just like, oh, that's weird. So my bright idea was just to pop it real quick because I think it's going to be over. You know what came out of the pimple?
Is it a spider?
Oh, no. I don't think I can handle the spiders. But no. It wasn't a tiny little pimple sack.
Was it a flood?
It was a giant one.
Oh, Jesus.
About half my size.
Oh my gosh, for you sick, pimple popping loving freaks. Bet this is your jam, isn't it?
Okay, for context, I'm 5'10", so I'm almost 6 feet tall. So half of that's pretty huge.
Yeah,
half of my height.
It's the size of a small person.
It is, and like it comes out, and then I see there's like something attached to it.
Ugh.
Yeah, and it's coming straight out of my arm.
Ugh.
And I'm like, oh, that must be a sack. So I touch it, and again, I get a jolt in my arm. Straight to the bone. And then Nagi decided, it was like, oh, hey, let's just cut it. So we grabbed scissors and tried cutting it. Felt even more pain.
Oh my god, okay.
It got to the point where I jolted awake.
Mm-hmm.
You know where the pain was coming from?
Where?
Me sleeping on that same arm in real life.
Your arm got numb.
My arm got so numb
that it was like painful.
It was so painful. And my body was basically saying, get up. Get up. So, yeah, that was the most intense dream I ever had.
No kidding.
that was caused from what was happening in real life.
Okay, yeah. Now that I think about it, I do think you've told me this story. But oh my god, that is terrific.
Terrifying.
Yeah, not terrific.
Terrific as it's great.
It's
Terrifying.
great. For you pimple popping freaks out there.
Yeah, but yeah, it was so fun to wake up to that.
Mm.
And like my arm was just numb, and I just sat there for a good half hour just being like, what the fuck was I dreaming?
Well, the brain is very interesting.
Yeah.
The way it communicates with the body.
And the thing was, it wasn't like on my shoulder, because that's where you would sometimes sleep on your shoulder.
Mhm.
It was like straight up, my arm was tucked underneath my body.
Oh, that sounds so uncomfortable.
It was, and my brain was apparently being like, wake up, dumbass.
Wake up, dumbass.
Yeah, so that was fun. So that's, those are the dreams that those are dreams that, are caused by
Yeah.
real life. Yeah, mine was literal.
Yeah, no, I kind of get that, except I feel like I have like a reversal of that.
Ooh.
Well, maybe not exactly a reversal, but basically, do you ever have those like really fat naps that just gets you messed up
The
for
naps.
the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Just fucks you up.
I do that every 2 weeks.
So, whenever I take a nap, I mean, sometimes it's fine if it's like 30 minutes, but when it's like those like hour
Like
or
that
like
4-hour
3-hour
nap?
nap, yeah. Whenever it's like a long ass like fat nap, bro. Okay, so whenever that happens to me, it's very strange because I'm kind of mostly aware. Like I'm aware that I'm dreaming and I'm aware that I'm napping. And it's like I'm kind of like half awake and half asleep.
Mm.
So I'll have a lot of moments where I'm going in and out of dreams and I'll like blink and I see my room, kind of like almost like 2 images of my room, right?
Oh.
Kind of like going back and forth. Like it's this dizzying effect and my body feels like lead. Like I can't lift myself. I can barely like do anything other like I can just lay down and breathe. That's really all I can do.
Yeah.
And in my dreams, because of this awareness, I am also moving very slowly. I can barely walk in those dreams. I can barely do anything that I want. And it's funny though, because everybody else in my dream is like, hey, are you okay? I guess you're okay, whatever. Hey, you're late to work, you stupid fuck. I have a lot of work dreams.
You do?
Apparently, when I'm napping, I just realize I have a lot of work dreams. Like, I have a work dream every time I nap. And usually it's me going to a job that I never ever had in real life and then doing a horrible job and then getting anxious because I'm like, wow, why am I so bad at this job?
Hi, who's texting?
Gross. Get out.
But yeah, I don't know. Probably that's just the same fact that you feel like you want to do another job, but you're worried that you might mess it up.
Honestly, that's like the anxiety I always feel whenever I like apply for a new job. I get a lot of nerves about like, oh, it's gonna be such like, unfamiliar territory. I don't know like what I'm gonna do. Like what if I just fail it immediately? And then it's like, well, realistically, you're gonna be trained for the job, so you're gonna be fine.
Yeah. And of course, it's gonna take a little while until you get used to it.
Yeah, but I also guess like another meaning from that is just general anxiety of like doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I have I am terrified of failure to the point where I'd rather force myself to fail than to fail from trying. I like to call it self-sabotage.
Oh no.
So I definitely feel like some of those dreams are kind of like that representation. So yeah, and it's pretty like fun. Like after I wake up, like I'm like a zombie for the rest of the day.
Don't you just love that?
Yeah, my mom basically had to like shake me awake. Like
Oh yeah.
like kept having to like she tried to take like pick me up or like pull me out of my bed, but I'm a bigger lady.
Hey, it's better than your mother calling 911.
Why did you on you?
I don't know. Okay, for context, I had a 4-hour nap after I woke up, and my mom thought that I was still sleeping, and she
Yeah.
didn't check on me. She was trying to make as little noise as possible, and then she just, at some point, it was like at like 1 in the afternoon. She was like, "Should I call the police?"
Why? Why doesn't she just simply walk into her daughter's room and check if her daughter is okay?
I don't know. I think she was just trying to just keep busy just in case. But yeah,
Just in case of what?
I don't know.
Just in case that you're dead?
I mean, I was still breathing.
Keep herself busy. She wouldn't know that you were breathing because she didn't check on you.
Look, to be fair,
No.
at this point, we were very exhausted.
I guess.
And we're not morning people, so we don't use our brain cells.
Apparently. I mean, I guess that's fair. My mom is the same way.
Yeah. I'm trying not to paint my mom in a bad light.
No, you're not. It's like I'm trying to understand the thought process, which apparently there was none. So there is nothing to understand for me. Wow, it's like like a lot of people in my life are not morning people.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to see that.
Yeah. We live in a society where we must be morning people.
I wish I could be a morning person. Like the idea. Okay, here is my ideal day. I'll wake up at 6 in the morning.
Ew.
I'll wake up at 6 in the morning. I drink water,
Mm-hmm.
brush my teeth, get ready for the day. I go for a jog, or maybe I take like a walk. The sun is rising as I'm walking. By the time I get back home, the sun is all the way up, and it's still like a nice cold morning, refreshing. I make myself a cup of coffee. I make scrambled eggs or some shit. I eat that. And I'm going to proceed to describe every single step of this day. But no, for me it's just the fact that like if I wake up really early, it feels like I have this long, long day. It just feels a lot more productive because of it. Because like, I don't know, when I wake up later, it's like I don't typically do anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's the opposite for me. Like when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I have no energy. Like I have to force myself to get up. I have to force to do everything I have to do. And by nighttime, I'm energized and I'm like ready to do stuff.
My question is that because of your messed up sleeping schedule, or are you just a natural night owl? Hey.
I need no comment.
God. Rainy scared me. I thought you were like about to attack me.
No, I really
I thought you were gonna take the microphone and be like, "Don't make me use this on you."
No, I could never do that to you.
Too cute for that.
You're my little baby.
I'm a little baby.
Yeah.
But yeah. I feel that though. I get a lot of energy at night, but that's usually because I don't really do much.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not like busy with anything particular, like I'm just gonna sit around like watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Or draw or like do stuff that I'm not really supposed to be. I procrastinate straight up.
No.
Shut up.
No.
Stop.
You procrastinate?
No comment.
Oh, I love how we were talking about dreams and then we just started talking about sleep schedules.
It relates.
It relates, yeah.
It relates. If you have a messed up sleep schedule, it's probably gonna give you fucked up dreams.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah, like that one dream I had when I was at my last job.
Oh, pray do tell.
Okay, so first off, let me start at the beginning of the stream because it didn't
Last
start
job as in the hotel?
the hotel. So
Okay.
I used to work at a hotel, but this isn't where the stream starts.
Me too. I
Yeah.
used to work there too.
We both worked at the hotel. Okay, so first off, my dream starts off back in my college.
Dream about the hotel too recently.
Okay. Oh, you want to talk about your dream first?
Oh no, you started.
Okay.
But basically,
Okay.
sorry, no, continue.
Okay. So my dream starts off in my college, and I am talking to this guy that I've been avoiding. We're not gonna go in depth with this one, but basically, he's a lot older than me, and he had made me uncomfortable in real life. So we're just gonna stick it with that. We're not gonna touch it, okay? I'm looking at.
I'm gonna kill him.
I think he's long gone. Like, he's no longer in my life. Well, he's still alive, but he's like, I'm not contacting him. But anyway, it starts off with this guy that I've been avoiding.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, he's trying to get me into a conversation. And I'm, like, saying no.
Uh-huh.
Then I run away from him into a backyard with a kid's playground. And I make myself as small as possible. And then I fall asleep there. You would think I would wake up in my bed. No. I wake up in a different bed. But I, for somehow, recognize this bed as one of the hotel rooms from my job. Granted, this does not look... I've been in the hotel room for room service multiple times.
Yeah.
This is not one of these rooms.
I've never seen it.
Okay. Well, basically, it's like a 5-star.
Oh, okay.
It's a 5-star room. That should let everyone know that was not the hotel that we worked at. I'm trying to avoid names.
God, you're giving them a bad breath.
I didn't say the name, so. But anyway, I'm there with my mom, who I have no idea where she came from. But we're sleeping in this room, this shared hotel room. And I'm looked down. I'm in my pajamas, so I go out, look around. The hallway, like, even though the hallways are different, I still recognize it as the job that I work at. I know. Then I go down to this, like, probably most rich-ass lobby. Like, there's, like, a glass staircase.
Did they have swans?
I don't think they did, but even then, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. And they had this really big-ass fountain and such.
Mm.
And, like, they looked like something like you would find in New York.
New York's so expensive.
I know.
We're never gonna find out.
Oh yeah, we know. But anyway, I go down and I see all my coworkers there, and I'm just so confused. And
like
when
current coworkers,
like the coworkers when I was working there at the time.
Oh,
I don't think you were there. I think this was after you left.
wow. Okay.
But anyway, I go to my coworkers and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're renovating the hotel." Renovating? You're basically redecorating the entire thing.
Just complete
Yeah.
construction.
Yeah. Anyway, they said, "Oh yeah, we're renovating. Also, your shift starts in about an hour or two." And I'm like, "What?" So they're like, "Yeah, go ahead and get changed and then come back down." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go back up to my room, get changed, come back
I
down.
love how you don't really question it other than the initial what? Okay, I'll go.
I mean, I'm just like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Because I think at this point, I'm starting to realize this is a dream, but like, I'm like, I don't know if there's anything I can do about it because I haven't learned about lucid dreaming yet at this point. Anyway, I go back down. I step in the lobby. The next thing I hear is music, and it's not the classical, like the basic music that plays in the lobby whenever you come in. It's like ballerina music, creepy ballerina music.
Oh.
I took a couple steps, and out of the peripheral, I can't say I never say the word.
Peripheral?
Yeah, the peripheral of my eye, I see this giant ass robot twirling.
Wait a minute.
Mhm.
This dream is starting to sound familiar.
I told you this dream before. But yeah, a robot is coming, twirling, right until it gets to me, stops dead center, like facing completely at me. And I didn't know this at the time, but apparently this robot's like 7 feet tall. And in my dream, this robot is 2 feet taller than me, so 7 feet. So I guess that correctly.
Yeah.
And I have to look up, and this robot is looking straight down at me. and it's a she. Her eyes are closed, but I can tell she's looking at me.
Ew.
She,
Sounds like some like. Yeah.
it was FNAF.
Oh my god. Okay.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. So we look at each other for a couple seconds, and then she just keeps going. She keeps trolling away from me.
Okay. Cool.
And I feel and at that time, my heart was dropped. My heart dropped because I was terrified. And so and after she left, I'm taking a few steps, and shaking, terrified. The same coworker who told me about what's going on, she says, "Oh yeah, also we have animatronics here today."
Oh yeah, by the way.
And I'm just like, that would have been nice to know.
Oh yeah, that 7 feet tall ballerina. Yeah, she works here now.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that would have been nice to know. So I decided, okay, let me go to the cafe, because that's most likely where I'm going to go.
Uh-huh.
So I go over there, it's closed, I see another fucking animatronic in there, staring back at me, and I'm just like, nope.
Noped out of there, yeah.
And I go back, and I explain, I asked why the cafe is closed. I said, oh yeah, the cafe is being renovated right now. You're going to be doing something else.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what she told me, but she just said, you're doing something else. And I'm like, fuck. So then I turn around. You know who's behind me?
Another animatronic.
Uh-huh. Which one?
What?
Oh, no, they're all robots. So which one?
Oh. I don't know. Foxy?
Oh, I wish. It was Funtime Freddy.
Oh.
He's the white bear with the Bon puppet. The rabbit puppet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's multiple, like in multiple games there's different type of characters. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know the lore. Yeah.
Unlike me, I had been in the hellhole for years.
I have not.
But yeah, anyway, he's standing right there.
Ew.
Right in front of me, and I have a heart attack because you would think that he's like, 2-3 feet away from me. No, he's 2 inches away from me.
Ew.
And I'm terrified. I jump back, I hit the desk, and he just stares at me, then walks away. And I'm like, the fuck? And you would think at this point I'd wake up. No. I still keep going. I continue walking into the lobby, just terrified. I don't know what's going on. And you know who's the next person who showed up?
Markiplier.
Markiplier.
Oh my god, this is the dream that you told me. Honestly, I wish I'd have this dream again.
Yes, this is the wonder I wish I had continued. But anyway, Markiplier comes up to me. The king of FNAF comes up to me and says, hey, there are some floors that are denied to guests. You're an employee. Can you get me up there? And I'm just like, wait, what? And I'm trying to remember at what point I was told about this. And I think at some point I remember, oh, yeah, that's right. That same girl who told me said, oh, yeah, there's some rooms that are closed off to guests.
Yeah. We
have access, but we're told also not to go up there.
Oh, that's scary. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then I'm just like, but then like back to what's going on. I'm just like, should I risk losing my job at this hotel that sometimes doesn't respect me? Okay, it's Markiplier.
Honestly, this YouTuber asked me to do this, so I'm totally gonna do this. Markiplier! Oh my god!
Shut up.
Daddy! Yeah.
No, throw that out. Anyway, we go into the elevator, and he hits a button, 2 buttons, a button or so, I don't remember if it was 2 or not, but he pushed a button that I didn't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
And I apparently had a key that accessed that floor.
Oh no. Yeah.
So, we're in that elevator. I think it's silent, because I don't remember that conversation. I don't remember if we had a conversation. But I remember...
I like the idea. I like this image of you and Markiplier going up in the elevator, just entirely dead silent. Like, are y'all awkwardly not making eye contact? Or are y'all like...
I mean, I think I was just trembling, and he looked, like, perfectly fine.
Oh, he was like, okay, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this, by the way. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, fuck.
So, the elevator gets to the final... finally to the floor. Finally gets to the floor.
Yeah.
And Markiplier turns to me, and he says, are you ready? And I respond, as ready as I'll ever be. The elevator door opens. There's a bright light. And then I wake up.
And then you woke up, and that's the dream you wished you continued. I
Yes!
was like, what the fuck, Rainy? Why would you want to continue that?
Because I need to know what was on the floors that I was told not to go up to. I was given access, but I was told not to go up there. So I need to know what the fuck was in those floors.
That's so interesting. You know, you could totally, like, make a story out of that.
I could.
I think it'd be really interesting.
I could.
I had a dream somewhat similar to that. Not related to the work dream. That was also somewhat similar, except without all the jump scares and the murderous animatronic.
And then the YouTuber.
And the famous YouTuber. No, it was just me, like, trying to do my job and sucking at it. And I'm like a boba tea shop, and there's two separate boba tea shops at the hotel, but for some reason it had the layout of a Dillard's. It was like a department store.
That's a giant boba shop.
No, this boba shop was just part of it.
Oh my god, that's huge still.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to make teas, and I'm like, I literally don't know what I'm doing. I've never made boba before. What is this? Meanwhile, for some reason, my boyfriend was there on a different stall, and he's like doing his own thing, and I'm like, damn it, like, he just started working here. I've worked here longer than him. Why am I doing so bad? And then I had another dream just like that, except we were in the Walmart, but like the entrance of the Walmart where all the shopping carts are. So there was like a little tiny like boba tea stand there, and I was trying to work it with him, and once again, I didn't know what I was doing. And I think I just started to leave. I just left. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'll quit.
Yeah.
Bye. Anyways, so I had this one dream, which honestly, I'm kind of in the same boat because, like, despite it being kind of terrifying, I really wish I could have continued it. So basically, and I've had, this is actually a place that is kind of a bit of a reoccurrence, but it was a house that is 100 floors.
I don't like that.
Like, it's not an apartment. No, it's a straight up house. And you can only go on the first floor.
I don't know where
the first floor is completely normal. It has a living room, a dining room, a kitchen.
The house is alive.
And it's actually a really nice house. But you go to the staircase and you start to go up with each step. Suddenly, it's getting darker.
I don't like this.
Everything kind of becomes gloomy and gray, and you feel this twinge in your chest. This nervous energy that just raises the hairs of your arms and neck. You feel that something horrific is up there. And you know that with each floor you go, it gets worse and worse and worse. And the thing is, I don't know what the history behind this house is, who created it, how long it existed, but I knew that it's unexplored, and that those who did go up past the first floor, they never came back. And in those dreams, I'm usually trying to figure out, do I want to go up? And I think in one dream, I started to go up, and then I woke up. But I just think it's such an interesting concept. And I've had another dream similar to that, except it's a mansion.
Ooh.
It's like a haunted mansion, and instead of like going up, it has like 100 basement levels. And each room you enter, it's like randomized. It can be any floor. You could go down one floor, and suddenly you're at the end, level 100. And in that room, I think, so I was a character. I was a little girl. And we were like a new family that moved there. So a father, a mother, maybe some siblings. And I remember as a girl, I went down and I peeked over the door, leading to this room, a basement. and I saw the father with several other businessmen, because they were wearing fancy suits.
Mm-hmm.
They all looked sketchy as fuck,
Oh,
typical of businessmen.
of course.
And there was a fireplace and a pool table. And I knew for a fact that the man that the father was talking to, that was Satan.
Oh. Fun.
And then the little girl that I was just immediately walked back up, and her goal was to go back to that room, but it's randomized. Every time you go back, it's a different level.
Yeah.
So you literally it's by chance. And I think that would be a really interesting game.
It would be.
Yeah.
You gotta write that down.
I have.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, that's
But
one
yeah,
example.
I would like to say our dreams are kind of different. Like mine is the kind of a more of a what the fuck were you thinking? Yours is a very what the fuck
is happening? My dreams, if I were to describe it, is very nonsensical. Whimsical? But, oh no, you got my toes. What are you gonna do with it? Oh no! Don't suck them.
I'm editing that out.
Not my little puppies.
I'm sorry, as you were saying.
May this be a reoccurring funny. Anyways,
You know, I'm keeping that in.
Bet.
You don't think I can do it?
Bet.
Alright, bet. Anyway, as you were saying.
My dreams are also very fragmented, so it's very difficult to make sense out of anything. Yeah, it's usually a lot of crazy stuff happening, kind of like a fantastical element. Oh, and I forgot, there's always a body of water, like in every single dream.
I think you might have
mentioned it?
You've mentioned it, but
Yeah.
I was about to say you might have a deep-rooted fear of bodies of water.
Well, I do. I definitely do, but I also
because that's where dolphins are. Love you.
Why do you have to take my wig like that? Fucking sucker punched me in the throat just now. Okay. Yes, I do have a fear of dolphins. Shut up. I also have a fear of bodies of water in general because they're dark and murky and scary.
I mean, that's...
And there could be whales and stuff that are alive that could touch my feet and then drag me under. I don't know. It's scary.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of you for that.
Whatever.
You can make fun of me of my fears someday. Or every day. I'm sorry, do you want to keep going?
Anyways, I tend to have a lot of... Yeah, I have a body of water in every dream, whether it's a river, an ocean, a sea, a lake, a pond. There's always a body of water. And I like to think that it usually represents my state of mind. For example, a river usually is pretty peaceful. An ocean, usually not, because there ends up usually there's a tsunami.
Or it's unpredictable.
Or it's unpredictable, yeah. Well, like that, tsunami. I have a lot of tsunami dreams. Yeah. Where was I going initially?
I don't know.
Before you started just beating me up?
I think you were just explaining that you had bodies of water in your dream. That's pretty much it.
Well, there's something I was gonna go for before that, and then I remembered that.
I think it's just the fact that you said that you would get fragments.
Oh, yeah, so it's very difficult to make sense out of my dreams, and it's usually just crazy stuff happening. Or it gets very violent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I wish it was like that for me, but instead it's like one shots for me. I'm using writing terms, but it's like one shots for me. Like it happens
Mhm.
once, doesn't happen again, and I can't find a way to make it happen again.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't really have like recurring dreams
I
or anything.
don't. In fact, the only recurring dream I mentioned this earlier is when it's like when it's kind of like somewhat in stickers in different shapes, just overlapping each other all at once. That's the only recurring dream I've ever had. But even then, it makes no sense.
And-
Yeah, I think it's just because of stress.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, my boyfriend, he has weird dreams. Well, I mean, from what I remember, he told me, like, he's like, yeah, I'll have this, like, same dream, like, every night, and then I'll just speed run it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's lucid dreaming.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, I want lucid dreaming. I want to go back to the Markiplier Hotel, Five Nights at Freddy's dream.
Bruh, people. So weird. But yeah, and then there's people who just don't dream.
Lucky them.
I don't know. I like dreaming.
It is. It's nice when it's not something that's horrifying.
Okay, even then, it's nice for me because like 90% of my dreams are horrifying. Oh, there's a time period where I had a dream like every night it was like a zombie apocalypse.
Hmm.
Or I'm trying to like be with my boyfriend, but he doesn't like return my messages or calls, or I
Oh,
get
just remember
cock
that one.
blocked. Yeah.
I remember that one.
Oh yeah, did I tell you about my dream last night?
I don't think last night. No, wait.
Yeah, I
You
was
did.
trying to tell you earlier.
Yeah.
So it was like I was with a crowd of people at some resort at a hotel, and I'd gotten myself a room for me and my boyfriend, but somehow like for some reason my parents are like, "Hey, so we're at the resort too. Oh my gosh, you got us a room. That's so nice." And I'm like, okay. I guess this is our room now. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I guess I don't have alone time with my boyfriend, whatever. And then I was hanging out with the group, and then my boyfriend went up to me. He's like, "Hey, do you wanna leave and like go make out or something?" And I'm like, "Oh hell yeah!" And then Daniel gets food poisoning,
Ah.
and then we had to like take him to the hospital. And I think I told you earlier,
Oh,
as we're dragging him to the hospital, the world, like the dream or the city of where we're at, starts to like deconstruct itself and like rebuild itself into like a completely different city. And we're like, bro, we're never gonna get to the hospital at this rate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane. Yeah. As insane as Cardboard Town.
Hey, let's make this the last dream of the night, baby.
I kind of want to say because I remember another dream I didn't write down. Remember this one dream? Okay, so I was sitting in my living room
Yeah.
and my back is to the front door, but I feel like someone's there watching me.
Oh,
You-
is this the one where you get insulted?
Yes, this is the insult dream. I turn around, I see someone move very quickly, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I get up, open the door. The person who was looking at me is now across my lawn, waving at me and just making fun of me. And I'm just like, what?
Are you?
I'm like, who the fuck are you? So I close the door, and not even 3 seconds later, that freaking bitch is right there
Whoa.
at the door, looking into the window, and I'm just like, oh my fucking god. And I open the door, she runs down to the street, and I'm like, okay, you know
I like
what?
how she keeps her distance.
I know. And then I'm like, okay, motherfucker.
She's like a little kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thing is, she's about my age. I'm like, okay, motherfucker. So I go down, and I look at this woman, and it's a woman. I look at her, and for some reason, she has facial features that make no sense together. But yet, the more I look at it, the more beautiful she looks.
Mm-hmm. And familiar, too,
And
right?
familiar, yes. I'll explain that in a second why. So I just say to her, me stupidly, I grab her collar, and I start shaking her and say, what the fuck do you want from me? And she's just laughing at me. She's just laughing at me for
Yeah.
no fucking reason. And then, next thing I know, police are coming over. They come over, and they try saying that trying to protect her because even though she's on my property stalking me, I'm the one being aggressive because I'm like holding her aggressively, which fair. That's fair. But she's also on my property.
Yeah. Just goes to show the police are never on the right side.
Yeah. And then I woke up and I'm like, where the fuck is that motherfucker?
You're like, I'm gonna fight this bitch. Just go.
Yeah. It wasn't until later in the day when I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. That looks like it looks exactly like the character I would describe in my stories.
Yeah, that's basically your character.
It's basically my character, and she's making fucking fun of me.
Yeah, your characters are not really nice towards their creator, huh?
No, well, considering what I put them through.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. It's fair.
We all do that. We're all guilty.
Yeah, but I'm like, motherfucker, you ruined my day. So yeah, that was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
You ever had dreams like that? Or your creation just wants to make you mad?
Not at all.
Okay.
I've never had a dream like that.
Well, then it's just me, unfortunately.
Maybe you and others, but not me. Ooh, I'm glad to say that.
Yay.
It's like when people complain about having allergies, I'm like, oh, well, not me.
Oh. I want to flip you off, but I can't. I can't.
Could.
I could, but I can't. Not to you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Papyrus.
Oh God, I haven't heard that name in ages.
I hope he comes into your dreams tonight. Not like that. Okay.
Good times.
All right. You want to close this episode with the cardboard town?
Yeah.
Okay. So this happened. I want to say a few weeks ago, as of recording this.
Yeah, it was very recent.
It was very recent, and I don't know why the fuck Sunny was in my dream, but they were.
I was in their dream.
So basically, Sunny, me, and a fucking baby that Sunny picked up.
Yeah, I picked it up from somewhere. Probably one of my other dreams where I somehow mysteriously acquired babies.
Like that one dream where you acquired 8 or 10 babies.
I got 8 babies from a cardboard box, and then I took them to a McDonald's,
and you lost them all.
I was playing with them, and to be fair, they're like babies; they can barely lift their heads up. I don't know why I thought taking them to the play area in the McDonald's would be a good idea, but indeed I did lose every single baby. I never got them back.
Yeah. But yeah, I think apparently you found one of those babies because you appeared in my dream with a baby.
Yeah.
And we were in the middle of a desert.
Was it wearing a colored little blanket wrapped around it?
I don't remember.
If it was, it definitely was one of those babies.
Yeah. But I just remember that we were in the desert. We were wandering around. I don't know if we were in car or if we were by foot. But we were wandering around and I noticed an inn. What is this inn made out of? Fucking cardboard.
Cardboard.
Yeah. And even though I said it was an inn, now that I remember it, it's not an inn. It's rented houses made out of cardboards.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why I said it was an inn, but it was.
I was about to be like, oh, okay, this is different.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. For some reason, my brain said inn. But it was a bunch of cardboard houses, and we were given one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, everything is made out of cardboard. The beds, the appliances, everything.
Oh, fuck yeah, it's a cardboard house, baby.
Yeah. And I don't know how we slept that night, but I just know.
I slept as soundly as a baby, I bet.
I don't know. But I just know that when we woke up, the owners were looking for us.
Uh-huh.
So we met the owners. They looked at me.
Uh-huh.
They looked at you.
Uh-huh.
They looked at the baby.
Uh-huh.
And they just went yeah, you need a better house. So they gave us another cardboard house.
Uh-huh. Bigger and better.
Yeah. But this time, inside, there are actual appliances.
Actually, not made out of cardboard?
Yes.
They should have kept it.
I don't know.
At least there would have been consistency. Damn it.
Yeah, I just know that we were just in a cardboard town.
Cardboard world.
Yeah, and then like that's it. We just went into a cardboard house with better stuff.
Just a city boy
Living in a
cardboard
cardboard
world. So he took the midnight train going somewhere else. She's just a small town girl, having lived in a cardboard world. So she took the midnight train to go somewhere else. Not cardboard.
But yeah, that's basically cardboard town.
Cardboard town. Cardboard town.
And I remember your boyfriend literally was like, when I said that to that part of the dream,
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, it has to be made of cardboard."
I agree.
Like if you already had a cardboard house, you have to have a cardboard everything. And I'm like,
Exactly.
I'm just like, but what about electricity? You can't.
You can do it. It'd be cardboard electricity. Get yourself together. God.
I'm just like, I don't know. That dream. This is even the dream when we had. I think this was around the time when we were doing a Pathfinder session.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, why am I dreaming? Why did I have this dream? I was wondering why the fuck you were in my dream. I love you, but why the fuck were you in my messed up dreams?
That you rarely dream of real life people.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, I guess kind of an honor for you to dream of me. I don't know. Like, why did you dream of me?
I don't know. Because, I mean, I see you every week.
Yay.
Except for last week. Why are you biting me? Yeah, I see you every week. And except for last week. So, I don't know. I felt like I was missing you.
Aw, you miss me.
Yes.
That's so gay.
Well, I'm not completely straight.
Neither am I. Closet Chats theme song. Closet Chat, say goodbye.
Alright, well.
Closet Chat ending song.
I almost don't want to interrupt you. That was very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, that concludes our first episode.
Yay.
Yay.
Bye.
Adios. I don't know.
Bye.
Bye.